Free.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Headlines are brought to you by Durrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Durrell Hyundai or DurrellHyundai.com. Thursday Night Football features the Eagles and the Giants at 8:15. In college football at 7, it's Louisiana Tech and Kennesaw State. 7:30, Tulane, East Carolina. Then a double dip at 8 with Jacksonville State, Sam Houston, and Southern Miss, Georgia Southern. Khalil Ware had 29 and 12, but it was not enough as the Heat fell 112-107 to the Spurs. Miami will face the Magic in Orlando Sunday at 6. Blue Jays knocked out the Yankees from the Major League Baseball playoffs 5-2 yesterday, while the Cubs stayed alive, defeating the Brewers 4-3. The Phillies defeated the Dodgers 8-2. Both series are 2-1, while the Tigers tied their series with the Mariners at 2 with a 9-3 win. Tonight at 6, it's Phillies-Dodgers. Then at 9, it's Brewers-Cubs. On to weather, sponsored by Chill Zone AC. Featuring reliable, rude AC systems, make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. Temperatures right now in the mid-70s with a chance of rain throughout the day. I am Dan Day. It's time now for the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
And a very good morning. Welcome in here on a Thursday, Hollywood Dan Day. Jamie is here with us as usual. Omar is making his way in. He'll be with us today. We'll get into all that is the Dolphins. We'll hear from Tua today as we go along with the show as well. Tua had his weekly presser yesterday, so we'll wait for Omar to jump in on that one with us. Boy, these updates are getting busier and busier here, Dan Day, as we got a lot of stuff going on in the world of sports. I don't know where you want to start. The baseball was pretty exciting yesterday again. As you heard, Dan, in the update there, the Cubbies do stay alive. They got 4 in the first and held on to win that one over the Brewers 4-3. Did not score again in that game. Brewers threatened a bunch, but the Cubs hold on to win that one. So we'll get another game in that series. The Blue Jays, they are moving on, get past the Yankees 5-2, and the Dodgers got beat yesterday as well, 8-2 by the Phillies. So that one will have another game, and Detroit and Seattle will have a decisive game 5 coming up as well. So Tigers won that one. College football does start tonight, as you also heard there. In the update, the Panthers are in full swing as well. So man, just a lot of stuff going on right now. I will tell you though, when I hear Dan bring up college football, this North Carolina story, the gift that keeps on giving, Dan Day, it really is amazing. And so reports came out yesterday, and look, if you listen to the show, you know we like to follow this North Carolina Bill Belichick thing. It's been a kind of a fun story from the beginning, right? Fun for a lot of different reasons. And, I said this, someone yesterday said this story could not have been scripted any better. Like it's just perfect the way this thing is working out. And so reports come out yesterday that, Belichick and North Carolina are trying to work towards some kind of, buyout or agreement or whatever. And it's like, first of all, you think like buyout. You can give this guy more money after what he's done to your program. So I don't know about a buyout, but nevertheless, that story comes out yesterday. Rumor, sources inside the program that they're trying to work to get his ass out of there. I don't know that you could do it in the middle of the season because he seems like he's surrounded by his, all those NFL has-beens over there. Michael Lombardi in the front office, whatever you call it over there. He's the GM, right? And all these other coaches that he surrounded himself with. But anyway, they came out yesterday, North Carolina, and Belichick said, I'm all in. And the athletic director says he has our support. And it's like, well, you don't really have any other choice, I think, at this point, right? Although I don't know that I see this going past 1 year here. This seems like it's going to be a one and done type of situation here for Bill Belichick in North Carolina. But my God, Dan, this story, it just keeps getting better every single day. It's like just when you think it's going to stop getting better, and they cancel the Hulu documentary, and then they come out. Then yesterday the thing comes out that they're trying to move on. They're trying to, get something done to get this thing. Again, that story is just fantastic. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I don't know what you think of this thing, but it's just this train wreck has been very enjoyable to watch, to say the least.
You really called it, and I thought, oh no, he'll be fine. They were down to Clemson like 21-0 during the national anthem, and then of course he doesn't let New England Patriots scouts or anybody come in. And then apparently they won't let you talk about Drake May around North Carolina because Drake May balled out against the Bills. And there's no mention of Drake May, who's one of the great players from North Carolina over the past 10 years or so, because Bill Belichick and his crew don't want anything to do with the New England Patriots. It like couldn't get worse. And you know what we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of smoke coming from North Carolina and Chapel Hill.
Absolutely. Well, that story is one of the stories going on. The other story, of course, is the Miami Dolphins, and Omar is making his way in. Dan, you unfortunately have the unfortunately, and I'm going to say misfortune in the same sentence, of hosting the Dolphins postgame program here on WQAM. Now, usually that would be a great honor. Unfortunately, it is not so much because the Dolphins they're a disaster. And I know those post-game shows tend to get a little bit dicey when things go poorly. I know that because I did the Canes post-game show for many, many years when things did not go well, which is why, to be quite honest, I'm a little bit jealous of Alex Dono right now. He gets the good years of post-game shows. He's doing them now. Everything's all good. Everyone's all happy now. And I got the Manny years and the golden years, and I got some lean years in there, to say the least. Good morning, Omar.
Golden years?
I had some golden. They weren't so golden though, as if you know what I'm talking about here. But good morning and welcome aboard here, Omar. We just got finished. I was get your take on this North Carolina thing. There was a story yesterday that they're trying to reach some sort of buyout or agreement with Belichick. Now they came out and said that it's not true.
It's not true. No.
Now.
He got like a golden parachute contract.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
His wife, his girlfriend's like in charge of everything.
I have to think Bill Belichick at this point in time is like, I did not realize this would be this difficult, and I am just not all in on this.
No, I think he is realizing it's a lot more complicated than, it's really, it's like free agency.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot tougher than he thought it was going to be. I'm guessing Bill Belichick, without knowing him at all, I am guessing he's a very arrogant person and that he feels like anything he touches will turn to gold. And I'm guessing he thought, I'm going to come in here with, me and all my other, has-been NFL guys, and this thing's just going to be easy. It's just going to happen for us here. We're not even going to have to do anything. It's just going to happen. They're all going to line up to play for us.
No, I think
it has not gone that way.
I think it proves and it serves as evidence that even the greatest coach of NFL history doesn't immediately translate to the college game, and that it takes you a minute to install your program, your concept, your core. Because none of these players he's ever coached before. It's not like he's going to the Tampa Bay Bucks and bringing a couple of bringing a couple of players from his Patriots days to lay the foundation for Patriots way or the culture, like Brian Flores did. Remember, take no talent. All that foolishness. No, everybody's starting fresh, and this is a different. I say this all the time, and this is a completely different era of athlete.
Oh, I know. And you know how I know, Omar?
You can't even criticize
the story that might be the best. It's just to move on from the UNC thing. The story that might be the best story going right now that shows about what today's current athlete is all about is this thing going on in Arizona with their coach Jonathan Gannon and this running back Amari DiMarcado, who if you haven't seen it by now, I feel like everyone who listens.
You're talking about the running back.
Yeah, I feel like everyone that cares about football, probably has seen what has happened. The horrible thing that the coach did on the sideline,
yelled at him and he touched him.
That's one thing, and then so I'm listening to the guy driving in this morning, and I couldn't agree more. We've been talking about the story for a few days now, and it is funny that they've made the coach out to be the villain, the bad guy, the guy who screwed everything up, when in reality, that guy He's running into the end zone.
Yeah.
He scores that touchdown. The game is over. You win the game.
Oh, if he had scored,
if he scores a touchdown, yes, the game is over. Right? It would have been 28-6, I think, at that point. Right? The game's over, completely over.
It's over. If you're the Dolphins, it's never over.
I know, but they're not the Dolphins.
Arizona's kind of bad.
For this purpose of the story, the game's over. Okay. Arizona goes on to have some other bizarre plays go against. This is what happens, right? When you anger the football gods, sometimes things start to snowball.
Yeah, you got football karma
and go against you. You had an interception. The guy picks off Cam Ward later in the game. The guy drops the ball on his own. He fumbles it against the ground or whatever. And anyway, so the Cardinals are 2-3, right? And you know that there's a big difference between 2-3 and 3-2. It's pretty dramatic difference at this early point in the season.
When you're good and when you're bad.
Yeah, it's a pretty dramatic swing, to say the least, right? So anyway, what ends up happening is the coach comes out day after. He goes, I couldn't sleep. I was so upset by what happened. I apologized to the player. I apologized to the entire team. Okay. Then the organization comes out and finds the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, it's like everyone forgot the guy's name who blew the game.
Yeah.
Who should be the center of this thing.
He got touched.
I can't believe the coach didn't cut the guy in the middle of the game.
Nah.
And somebody made another good point. I think maybe it was, I don't know if it was Joe or maybe it was Baldy. I think it was Baldy. And we're going to hear from Baldy coming up here. He talked about this too, but they show a video of all the crazy things that happened in the league to all the players. That happened the week before. Remember, it happened to the guy in Indianapolis, Mitchell, A.D. Mitchell, right? It happened to him. He's going into the end zone, and he flips the ball. So you got to, you have to know you can't do this.
Why is it in these running backs' brain to flip the ball before they're actually in color?
I don't know. It makes absolutely no sense to me. You cover this league a lot more than I do. You're around it every day. It seems to me like this would be just such a common knowledge thing. Like, don't throw the ball out the back of the end zone until you get in. But yet we still have guys doing this. But man, they made it all about the coach because he hit, what did he do? He hit the guy on the arm, on the shoulder pad, wherever it was. Is this really where we're at, though?
This is where we're at. I wouldn't even imagine what would happen if you grabbed him by the face mask and wanted to talk very intimately.
They might fire him.
Man,
player abuse can't.
No, you can't. I mean, and I've had this conversation privately with agents, with players, and with coaches. You can't even yell at a player anymore in today's NFL.
You're probably right. And and before I sound like some crazy old school guy here, I told Joe, I'm very much a part of the new school. I'm not into I don't want to hit players on the sideline, but my God, man. I mean, that is a cuttable offense. That is a cuttable offense to throw the ball at the back.
Yeah, cuttable only if you're not talented. Now, should there be repercussions for bad behavior and actions and consequences and mistakes made? Absolutely. But we're just not in that culture. Dolphins don't cut nobody. It just doesn't happen.
Well,
that's. I thought Jack Jones was going to get cut Monday morning.
Jack Jones isn't going to get cut.
They've got nobody else, right?
Yeah, but he had been playing good relatively good up until that game. I mean, you act like you got options.
Well, we have,
and it wasn't that harsh a penalty. It was a penalty, but it wasn't that harsh a penalty.
So we have a soundbite from Tua from yesterday that I think sums up everything that this whole organization, this whole deal is about. And it's just and Dan, let me know if when we have this ready. I think you know where I'm going with this, and it's just more of Tua, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't alone in this.
More of Tua,
so I started reading some of the comments, and
of course,
it's just more of the we care more than you do vibe. Right. And I'm talking about the fan looking at Tua.
You mean the ones that care more about what they're doing product.
It's more of the, you know what? I don't hear any of the outside stuff. I just go home and play with my kids and they're happy to see me. And
you got more play with my kids. Yeah.
I mean, when is enough with this crap? And we talked about it yesterday. I told Joe, I said, hey, Tua's going to do his press conference today. He's going to say something because he's not good at these things. Here's Tua yesterday. So basically what he's saying is you fans that are calling Dan Day's postgame show and stewing after these losses
For hours.
doesn't bother me because my kids are so happy to see me when I go home. And it's game night with the wife, and it's, I'm able to turn it off. I'm able to disconnect. Like, it doesn't bother me the way it bothers you
no,
losers.
you want him, no, I don't know if that's what he's
I'm
saying.
just so sick of this guy acting so like flippant,
like he's
nonchalant
mentally
about,
sane. Okay.
About where this organization is at. Just look, get up there one time and just humor us, Tua, and tell us that it bothers you. Tell us that it's eating away at you how bad this freaking team is. Tell us hey, we just went on the road and blew a 17-point lead to a team that was probably the worst team in football. Tell us it bothers you just a bit, man. Don't tell us you went home and forgot about it and it's all good and you guys are stewing about it a whole hell of a lot more than I am. I just pretend. Just lie to me.
Good game of Hungry
and tell
Hungry
me
Hippo.
It's bothering you.
What do you want from him? Like, get to play Hungry Hippo with your kids.
You like that game?
I would like Tua to say I get paid a lot of money, and you know what? I take a lot of pride in my job, and sometimes, it bothers me.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we way off base on this? And listen, I am at the point where yes, everything he says is just bothering me.
Yes,
because his play on the field.
He was supposed to say, this defense is trash.
Terrible.
We're not going to get any better until defense gets better.
His play on the field has been terrible. He's a big part of the
threw 3
problem.
touchdowns and 122 passer rating in that game, and you know what? It's I threw game-winning touchdowns. I guess I need to throw 2.
Yeah, how many points they score in the second half?
And what did he do with a minute 59 left when most quarterbacks excel? What did he do?
Took a sack.
Yeah. He also overthrew Jalen Waddle by 100 yards.
Omar was at the game. He didn't want to answer me how many points they scored in the second half.
I don't
know, man. I don't. Maybe it's just like I'm at the point where I'm like just,
Tua. I'm moving on.
I'm just so fed up. That's great. You're moving on to LA.
I'm moving on to LA.
Tua didn't even need to move on. Apparently, he just gets home and it's like, whatever, man. It's your problem, not mine. I got paid.
You ever play Hungry Hippo with your kids?
How many years would it take you? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
And we'll go to break on this. How many years would it take you to work to make $200 million at the Miami Herald? That's what he's making, 200? Right? Is more than 200? Was he making 2.25?
No, he's making 42 a year. So
okay, how many years at the Herald would it take you to make $42 million?
300.
Conservatively speaking, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so my point is, you're making a fortune.
Yeah, because he can
play
do
a kid's game.
And Tua will tell you because I could do something that most of the world can't do. That's why I'm making it.
But like everyone's giving their Sundays to you, man. Like this is it. This is what we do on our Sundays. We all work during the week so we can watch you play on Sundays.
That's
too.
your problem, not his.
We all pay a lot of money.
He's going home and play with his kids.
Go to those stupid games. We pay all this money.
Yeah.
Can't you just pretend to care?
I think he
just say it bothers me.
Okay, you want him to say it bothers you.
Like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I hear the criticism, and I want to do something about it. And yeah, it does bother me.
Okay,
it does bother me to go on the road and lay an egg like that. Yeah, it bugs me.
What's interesting?
Oh my God, I don't know. Maybe I'm just way off base.
What is interesting is that press conference with Mike McDaniel, which is a question that Isaiah, my colleague, is referring to, was basically praising Tua's inability to lock everything out and focus on what he's being taught, what he's being coached to do, and what the game plan is, and to put all that noise that Hollywood and the fan base want him to be stewing in his losses. I mean, didn't you know game 1, he didn't even know he threw multiple interceptions. He had no clue. Just zero. You know, he didn't know he threw certain turnovers in bunches because in his mind, I took care of the football.
I don't know. I'm curious what
I
people.
don't know what you're talking about.
I'm curious what people think. 305-567-0560. You could text the show. Give us your thoughts on this. I don't know, man.
Yeah, listen,
maybe I'm just like
Tua knows.
maybe I'm too tired of losing. I don't know.
Yeah. That I will tell you.
Maybe it
I don't.
bothers me more than it bothers him. Or maybe it does bother him, and he just doesn't have the right way to express himself at admitting it. I don't know.
My brother, it's been a long time since I've seen the Jason Taylors and the Zach Thomases stewing at their locker after a loss. A very, 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 very long time. We're talking decades.
I don't want to hear that. I know it's a different athlete. We spent the entire segment talking about it's a different athlete, but don't tell me it's a different athlete that doesn't care about losing. I don't believe that that's possible. Anyway, we're going to hear from Brian Baldinger. He joined us yesterday. If you missed it, we're going to play that when we come back. And we'll have plenty more here with Omar Kelly. Text us again, 305-567-0560. Joe is out on this Thursday. I am Hollywood Omar Kelly, Dan Day, Jamie in with you here on this beautiful Thursday morning.
South Florida Chevy dealers want to tell you about their great truck.
Toyota of Hollywood.com, where we are joined by Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger, host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side, Joe.
All right, let's jump right into it with them. Baldy joins us this morning, and Baldy, start with here in South Florida. A 1-4 start and all kinds of problems right now on the line of scrimmage on both sides. And one of the hot topics right now is the rookie class. They're playing a lot of young guys. The most I can remember of draft picks are playing, and I mean playing a lot of football. But a lot of talks about your first and second round picks, Savaianaya at left guard, and obviously your number one pick as well, Kenneth Grant. What's been your take on the guys when you look at them? You got to stay with them, right? At this point, you got to keep playing them a lot.
Yeah, you got to play them. I mean, Savaianaya obviously is struggling, a great deal in all phases of the game. Just understanding the game, how to execute a combo block, with Aaron Brewer or something. I mean, those things just seem to break down. And then he's struggling in pass protection. Too much quick pressure right up the middle. Nothing worse for Tua than to have that happen to him, And so that's been a real issue. In fact, the final play of the game for Miami was Pat Jones beating them, for a sack at the end on 3rd and 10 when, another failed attempt to try and come down the field and win a game. The left guard gets beat pretty clean by Pat Jones. So it's been a struggle. And, obviously the run defense has been atrocious. And last week was the worst, but the tackling was terrible. It wasn't just Kenneth Grant. The tackling was atrocious, Joe. Like, it's just, I don't know what you do. Like when Minkah Fitzpatrick has to make every single tackle, 25 yards down the field, it's never a good sign.
No. And I see a lot of people were talking about you can't arm tackle. I was just talking all these running backs are now 220, 225 pounds, built low to the ground. Arm tackles, I don't care if you're 330 pounds, arm tackles aren't getting it done against these guys while you're getting blocked and you stick out the one arm. It's just it's a go, man.
No, but it's you got to leverage the play, Joe, and you got to turn the play into your help, and it's got to be gang tackling, and but when you have the solo shot, you got to wrap up. Just basic fundamentals. But those 3 long runs that they surrendered the other day, they all could have been 5-yard runs. Instead, they're going 25 or 50. That was hard to watch.
So just the other side of this, they're getting ready. And by the way, Carolina's offensive line, they're down to their 3rd right guard in this last game. But now Slater and Alt I think, is out again for this game with a high ankle sprain. Slater's out for the year. So I'm guessing their game plan is going to stay the same as everybody else, and that's run between the tackles, or is there different things they're going to try to do?
Well, they haven't. Last week, they lose the right guard. He's in and out of the lineup. Mekhi Becton, they paid him a lot of money to be a stud in there, but he's in and out. The left tackle is he's swinging door right now. They're all beating him over there. So they've struggled. Marion Hampton's a really good player. You got to tackle that guy. That guy is a great receiver. He's a good runner. They had a chance to win that game again last week, but they kind of let it get away. But the offense line that they thought was going to be a real strength is not a strength right now. And so, they turned the ball over in horrible spots. Down to goal line, they threw an interception at the goal line. They could have cut the lead to 20-17. Right. The ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage, and I think Keenan Allen would have scored easily. So. But they've lost a couple in a row now, and after getting off to a hot start. And so they're definitely reeling for sure.
Hey, does this seem like to you, Baldy, you and I have been talking for a long time. We got an offensive line shortage of players. And I know you can't play backups a lot of money to start with, or they're young potential, young guys that you see upside on. But is everybody going through this in the league pretty much?
Cowboys wiped up the Jets last week, Joe, and they played 4 backup offensive linemen. The entire left side, left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, they were all out. But they went up and down the field, and Devontae Williams had the best game he's had in years. They didn't seem to miss much. They have a good way of running the football, but they they didn't look like backups in there against the Jets. They took care of business. But around the league, for sure, you're seeing a lot of young players, rookie guards in there in a lot of places. The Bears will play this weekend. They've got 2 rookie tackles that finished the game the last time they played.
Wow. Hey, I got to ask you about your buddy Joe Flacco going to Cincinnati. I did not see that one coming. By the way, there was a day when those two teams hated each other so much, they would never trade with each other. I said that earlier this morning, and now Joe Flacco is going to be like right away going to be the starting quarterback with Cincinnati. That surprise you?
No, only because I was there last week, and I saw Jake Browning play. And Joe, he was as bad as you can be. And they've got 2 great receivers that, dominated finally in the fourth quarter when they were down by 4 touchdowns. But they got to get a quarterback that can at least get the ball to Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. And Jake Browning threw a bunch to the other team in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Just killed. They were never in the game. And so, and it's been going on now, but you can see like, he's just, he's just not producing. So I think Joe's already played against Green Bay. They beat Green Bay in a big upset when he was in Cleveland. I think Joe can at least get the ball to these wide receivers and give them a fighting chance. They can't run the ball like the Dolphins can't run the ball at all. And so the only hope they have in these games is to get the ball to 2 elite wide receivers right now.
Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger here with us. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Well, this AFC South story, 4-1 Jags and 4-1 Colts, and especially the Jags getting a win over Kansas City on a last drive last week. As good as stories we have in the league, which one of those has surprised you the most?
Probably Jacksonville, but only because it's a brand new coach, new way of doing things. They were last in the league in takeaways a year ago. They had 9 takeaways in 17 games last year. They've got 14 right now, including 14 in 5 games. Lead the league by a mile. And the linebacker Devin Lloyd, who it's pretty interesting. I talked to some people in Jacksonville. They baited Mahomes to throw that ball to Juju Smith-Schuster. They knew they were dropping Lloyd out, and Mahomes thought he had an easy touchdown to go up by a score, and Lloyd jumped right in front of it. And it was a great call by the new defense coordinator, Anthony Campanile. I think that one, because they're basically the same players on defense, Joe, and yet here they are. In fact,
Amazing.
They should have beaten Kansas City if they didn't drop so many passes in the game. Cleveland, they lost to Cincinnati, Joe, and
right.
They dropped a lot of passes. Otherwise, they could be 5-0. I think that one, that final drive, Joe, they had a rookie center, they had a rookie running back, a rookie receiver, Travis Hunter. They had 3 rookies on the field going all the way down the field against that Kansas City defense, and you'd never know it.
I still, Kansas City still, they're not going to go away. I know, and by the way, their schedule is a bitch, but they're not going away, right? They're scoring points. They got more speed than the Dolphins ever had. When you look at Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton, I mean, they've got real speed, and they're going to get their best receiver back, Rashee Rice, next couple of weeks. And their offense is opening up. They're going to be fine. It's a rough stretch right now, but I think they're still going to win, 11 games before it's all over and be in the playoffs. This thing that everybody got opinion, by the way, this is people outside of what you and I do for a living, but just Jonathan Gannon getting after his running back for a second time, watching a guy, everything's a great play. You got a chance to put a game away, make a 28-6 in the fourth quarter, great blocking on a 3rd and 1. It opens up, you take it to the house. Last 10 yards, you slow down, and then you flip it before you get in the end zone, and you get 0 points out of it. The game turns around, you end up losing. I know you can't, by the way, touch guys. I get it. And I get the fine. I understand you can't, but at the same time, I think there are a lot more. There had to be some offensive linemen. They're going, what the F are you doing, bro? We block our ass off to get to you in that situation. All you have to do is run and get in the end zone, and we end up losing the game. What's your thoughts on that whole thing I just brought up? And it not just – I don't think all the players are mad at the head coach on what happened is what I'm kind of saying. What about
I don't think the play – I mean, the media is blowing it up, and that's what they do. You did play for Don Shula.
Wrong guy.
I'm sure Coach Shula had some words for certain things and behaviors. But I mean, look, here's what I said, Joe. Last week, 2 weeks ago, the kid from Indianapolis did the same thing.
Right.
And they lost the game for him, and just a boneheaded play.
He lost the game for him, yes.
He lost the game for him. But, if I'm a coach right now, like I'm literally on Wednesday morning when you get together, I'm literally putting those plays up in front of the whole team. And because, I remember Deshaun Jackson did it when he was in Philly against Dallas. And, he's backing up and hot dogging it, and drops the ball. And, they don't get the touchdown. Like these plays stay with you your whole life. It always gets brought up. Like you're the guy that, had that boneheaded play. Like if I was a team, I would just put those plays up and go, look, here's the rule. All right. You score first and do whatever celebration you want second, but you score first. Like 2 weeks in a row to see this happen. I don't blame Jonathan Gannon for being ticked off. Like they lost the game because of it. And the kid made a good play. He just didn't finish the play. So I'd make sure that everybody sees these things and don't let this be you. That'd be my coaching point in front of the whole team right now.
I'm glad you said that because that was a Don Shula to really humiliate you in front of the whole team in a team meeting to put that up. Yep. And he had the old projector with that little light that would light up right on you.
Yeah.
And he go back and forth on it. And, just to show you how stupid it is, guys, if you're wondering how we lose and, just to get called out in front of everybody.
Peer pressure, Joe.
I don't know if you can do that anymore.
Guy.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I'm looking around guys a lot better than I am going, oh my God, this is, but we'd also have offensive line. I play with Bob Kuchenberg. Bob Kuchenberg would have been in the end zone fighting the friggin' guy. It was, but I don't know if those days gone, or am I just?
I think they are. Nobody really coaches, and there's certain things that are forbidden. So it's a new era. Players, want to. Like players have always celebrated, I'm going back to, White Shoes Johnson. They've always celebrated, we've always enjoyed that. It's no problem. I got no problem with that. But to see this, happening 2 weeks in a row,
crazy
teams lose because of it. Like that to me, it's the wrong message. Everybody has to shut that down.
So this whole Cleveland, I didn't hit the back end of this Cleveland. We know Joe's gone now, so their two veteran quarterbacks are gone. It looks like Shedeur at some point is going to get some playing time out of this, isn't he?
I don't know. Dylan Gabriel played good the other day. Like he played fine. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes, hasn't thrown an interception. The offense moved. He got the ball. The receivers aren't very good there. But I'm sure at some point, Dylan Gabriel isn't the biggest guy that's the knock on him, but he knows where to go with the ball and gets rid of it quickly. Kind of actually, when Tua's really on, he kind of reminds you of Tua. Maybe a stronger arm than Tua, but kind of reminds you of southpaw, undersized, all that stuff. But, I'm sure Shedeur will find a way to get on the field at some point, and we can find out, just what he is. Is he an NFL quarterback or isn't he? Nobody will know until he gets that opportunity.
Hey, Baldy, just going back here, though, boy, you got to get this line of scrimmage thing. It's got to get better. It's hard to win games against anybody. Well, it doesn't matter who you're playing, right?
Joe, you're there in Carolina on Sunday. It's 17-13 in the fourth quarter. They didn't have one running play in the fourth quarter. Not one. They had 13 passes in the fourth quarter. Like, I know you got the lead, then you're behind, you're trying to catch up. You throw the touchdown to Waddle to get the lead and then lose it. At some point, you got to win the line of scrimmage. Now, Cole Strange and Larry Borum on the right side, they might not be, the best option, but you got to figure out a way, to move the football. Now, they're terrible at tight end, Joe. They don't have a tight end that can block out there. The receiver, I'm watching, one of the wide receivers try to angle block on Derek Brown. It's kind of funny.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Like
he chewed us up.
He's the most dominant defensive lineman on the field,
right?
And you're putting a wide receiver on him. No wide receiver wants that assignment.
No, and he was phenomenal in the game. He is. And by the way, played his ass off, played hard, man. Did not throw in the towel whatsoever. Anyway, hey, Baldy, as always, my man, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
You got it, Joe. I'll talk to you next week.
You got it, man. Brian Baldinger joining us, Odyssey NFL Insider.
So also the host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide for your insurance and financial needs. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide is on your side. So is the main man, Anthony Caliendo at the Business Broker Experts. Boy, is he good. You talk about good. One of the best in this state going on right now.
Welcome back in here on QAM. Hope everyone's having a good start to their Thursday morning. Joe is out today, so that means the B team is in. As Omar does not like to be put in that B team thing.
You see my mouth.
I know. Your jaw dropped there.
You always say it, and then I always like get this reaction.
I know. Anyway, we do have a lot of texts coming in that I certainly do want to hit here because
before we even begin the text, let me put this out there.
Let me
put this out there.
Please do. Please.
Everything that's wrong with the Dolphins organization is Tua Tagovailoa's fault. Full disclaimer, okay? So every one of you Tua haters, everything's Tua's fault, okay? The fact that he doesn't have an offensive line, that's his fault. The fact that the defense collapsed at the end of the game and has been horrendous all season, that's Tua's fault. The fact that he lost Tyreek, that's Tua's fault. The fact that the run game only produced 19 yards, that's Tua's fault. The fact that they give up plays on special teams, also Tua's fault.
Mm-hmm.
So now that that's off on the record, begin.
I love the sarcasm. I dig that. I love it.
Listen.
No.
Everything
you
is Tua's fault.
You listen.
Everything.
Listen. Tua, and it's not just Tua. This is quarterback.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Most important position in professional sports in this country.
Yes, absolutely.
It is the highest paid position in sports, outside of probably a handful of those baseball players that have those comical
soccer and NBA players make more.
No. I'm talking about in this country.
NBA
yes,
players.
There are some NBA players that are making a lot of money.
But I would think Messi makes more money than Tua.
I have no idea what Messi makes. I don't care what Messi makes.
Okay.
All right,
it's not satisfying your agenda.
You're nitpicking.
Yes.
You're nitpicking.
Okay. Go ahead.
It is the most important position in sports. Okay. I think we can agree on that.
Absolutely.
You're going to get a share of the blame when things go bad, a lion's share of the blame, and you're going to get a lion's share of the blame or credit when things go well.
That is correct.
Okay. When things go well in Kansas City, they say, wow, man, look at Mahomes. And most of the stuff that happened with Mahomes the last few years has been because of that defense.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
He hasn't even been all that great. It's been that defense, but who gets the credit? Quarterback always gets the credit.
Absolutely.
Josh Allen gets all the credit.
And the commercials.
When Buffalo is successful.
And the praise.
Yep. They get it all.
Tua's doing a Gatorade commercial because Tua's the man.
They get it all. And
he's got a clothing sponsorship because Tua's the man.
Tua is the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins.
Absolutely.
That is a big deal. That's the most important sports position in this city.
And they suck as an organization and a franchise and are horrible at selecting talent. And Tua is the reason why. That's correct.
I didn't say he's the reason.
No, there's no other reason because listen,
I think Omar,
they chose the wrong quarterback when they went Tua over Herbert.
But we're gonna find out this weekend. All right, we're gonna get caught up.
Hold on.
Here.
I love this quote that Mike McDaniel said. Hopefully we can fish it out for the 8 o'clock hour.
We'll play it next segment. Tease us with that. We're gonna play that quote. We'll also play the Tua quote. And I just want to hear what fans have to say, man. I want to hear what everyone thinks this morning.
Tua's at fault.
But it's not about playing the blame game and who's
no.
It's about
that's what it is.
It's about what works and what can get
this rebuild failed because you chose the wrong quarterback.
Your franchise to the next level.
Tua's at fault. It's Tua's problem.
The rebuild did fail, did it not?
It did fail, and Tua's the reason why.
All right, I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. We'll try to figure Omar out. We'll try to crack his code here too when we come back. 7 o'clock hours next on QAM.
Want to talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic ED and Low T and
Brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com. Thursday Night Football features the Eagles and the Giants at 8:15. Khalil Ware had 29 and 12, but it wasn't enough as the Heat fell 112-107 to the Spurs. Miami will face the Magic in Orlando Sunday at 6. The Panthers, they host the Philadelphia Flyers tonight at 7, and Inter Miami play their second to last MLS regular season game Saturday at 7:30 against Atlanta United. On to weather, sponsored by Chill Zone OC, featuring reliable Rude AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. Temperatures in the high 70s with a chance of rain throughout the day. I am Dan Day. Now back to the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
And welcome back here on a Thursday morning. Hollywood, Omar Kelly, Dan Day. Jamie is here as well. Hope everyone's having a good start here to their Thursday morning. Omar, I can see you on our video stream
Yeah, I'm
here.
trying to make myself pretty here.
Yeah, you look nice. I fixed my hair a little bit too. I look a little frazzled here. We had those early morning wake up calls, man. That dark drive in here in the morning. Always got to find a way to wake up. But I've taken a shot of coffee and an energy drink, so we're ready to rock.
Yeah, I've had my tea, so
we are ready to rock and roll. We've made it to Thursday, everyone. So thank God for that, because we got football tonight. We got a little college football. Dan was just hitting on some of those college games.
What's the NFL game?
Eagles and Giants.
Remember
4-1 v 1-4. Here
remember
tonight.
when the college game was the big Thursday night game?
I do remember when the college.
Does college have to move to like Wednesday to get back their shine? Because nobody's watching a college game when NFL's on.
No. That's the problem. They can't go against, and the NFL is kind of like.
So should college?
They've done it to the NBA now. Like they stole Christmas.
Yeah. Should college go to Friday? Like
college does have Friday games. They do. Miami plays a week from tomorrow on Friday.
Yeah.
There's a monster game tomorrow.
Louisville.
Night.
And
Louisville,
you convinced me
tickets.
Yes.
We'll work on that for you.
Be the ticket master.
I will see what we can do for you. There's a monster game tomorrow night, though. College football. North Texas hosting 24th ranked South Florida. So we got a monster tomorrow night. I'll be watching.
I'm laughing because now I know why you called it a monster game.
Laugh if you want. That game has playoff implications just written all over it. So
yeah. What conference are they playing in, by the way?
The American Athletic Conference.
So that still exists? Okay, gotcha.
I think it still exists. Anyway, we do have football tonight, so that's exciting. We got baseball going as well. I know you're a big baseball fan, Omar. We got hockey.
Yeah,
we're gonna try to get Omar into hockey.
This is the point in the year where all the sports meet, correct? NBA, yeah, it is.
Yes, the NBA is starting towards the end of the month as well. Yes, so you'll have hockey, football, baseball,
football,
basketball, all of it. Yes. Am I missing something? Am I missing one of the major?
Soccer.
Soccer. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. You need to help me out, Dan.
Hey, what happened with this? Did anyone have any luck with this? Really quick. We're talking soccer. Anyone have any luck with those World Cup tickets? So I registered for a pre-sale.
I got to go to that
for this thing. And all I have seen is that this is the biggest crap show ever to try to get tickets for this thing. So apparently to buy tickets to the final, you have to buy into this like futures market and pay like X amount of dollars. Like I saw like some of the top countries that are like actually good at soccer. And it was like $1,000
to buy
in.
Okay.
And if that team advances to the final, apparently you have access to tickets.
Okay.
And the tickets are like astronomically expensive for all these matches.
I don't even know.
But I registered for a pre-sale and I certainly did not get an email saying you won.
Here's the thing about it. I mean, this is the most high profile event in the world.
I'm aware of that. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know.
And it's funny that you say that
you?
Because my boss has asked me, do you want to go and cover this? And I'm like,
really?
Nah, I'm good. Thank you. I don't get up for these kind of big events. Like I would actually rather avoid them, but you know, that's just how my life is wired.
You're a man of convenience. You're old.
Thank
I'm
you.
old too.
I appreciate that.
I'm turning 40 in 2 months. And I am also a man of convenience at this point in my life.
You
I
know,
like things that are easy.
It's
Yes.
funny you say that because 40 is the magic number. You know why 40 is the magic number? Because
it's all downhill.
It's
after
all
there.
downhill from there. So this
felt
is
like that when I turned 30.
no. There's another peak, and I hear there's another peak at 50.
20 is the peak, right? 20 is like you got 21.
Hold on, wait, no. You
20s
can't
are
drink.
good.
You can't rent a car.
Well, you can drink.
The
depending
older
on,
women don't take you serious. 20 is not the good age. I think the wheelhouse for a guy.
I think I peaked in my mid-20s. That was probably the peak.
Yeah, no. We got
30, it was like
let's get to the textures.
30 was like the gradual downhill, but 40 I just feel
what
like
is
over.
the peak as a male? what age is literally your peak as a male in this world? I would say it's 28. Because you've made some mistakes. You're working your way up.
You're a wise man at that point.
You're a little. You're not wise.
You still have the youthful energy.
You still have the youthful energy. You probably still got a good bod. You don't have any kids. No dad bod. You probably you're at your peak. So the women are plentiful. You could go younger. You could go older.
Now I'm trying. I'm at the lightest I've been in a while here. At
congratulations
as I get close to 40. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Just stopped eating essentially. You cut a lot of the stuff out. I don't like eat during the day anymore. I don't eat breakfast and I don't eat during the day. I binge at night, but it's whatever it is, it's been working. So, but yeah, I'm just this whole 40 thing. Like 40 is devastating to me. Like in 2 months, I don't know. Man.
You'll get over it.
It really stings because I feel like.
That was about the age I did hit my midlife crisis. Yeah.
How old are you now?
I think I bought a convertible at 40.
Did you? Oh, I remember you had the convertible.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 48.
48. Oh, so you're going to turn 50 in a couple of years. 50 is that's just I don't even want to think about that. 50 seems like I don't even know if I'll make it to 50.
No, at 40, things start hurting and you don't know why. You don't know what you did. You'll like wake up.
I don't know if we're supposed to bring up other people's injuries around the building, but my buddy Zog over there from Power 96,
I see. He's laid up with the ankle.
I am at the point in my life where I'm coaching my son's basketball team, and I know we're supposed to do this Dolphin stuff. I promise we'll get to it in a second. I'm coaching my son's basketball team because now we live in the suburbs, and that's what you do, right? You coach the basketball.
The park's like right across the street from you, right?
Yeah, it actually is. It's right across the street. So
you got no excuse.
So I'm coaching the basketball team, and I'm into it. I love it, and I have this itch to play. I really would love to play again. And they have these leagues with all of these guys who are in horrific shape.
Don't you do it?
Who look like me, probably can't move. And I see Zog over there, and he told me the details of his injury, and he goes, "Man, it's ligaments, and it's going to be months." And he's limping around this place, and I go, "Man, nope. I need someone to like tell me that it's not going to happen." But
no, it's going to happen. I
just feel like if I go out there and play in one of these leagues,
nope, don't you do it.
I'm going to end up with an Achilles.
You're going to tear an ACL.
Yeah, tear Achilles, ACL, plantar fascia. Yeah, you do it.
Does it make me a coward that I'm too scared?
No, you just don't want to wake up with pain.
Smart.
It's smart. Yeah. Don't you do it.
What do you want to do? Go show a bunch of bums that you still can ball? And what is that going to do?
I don't know.
You could work out and not injure yourself. I remember I was at
someone said Solana.
Yeah.
Solana's like
go play pickleball. Go play.
Pickleball is an injury-prone sport. Is it?
We need to go play pickleball.
Play pickleball. You play basketball, but
no. We are not playing basketball.
Someone said Solana's got bad knees and bad gums.
Yes.
What's the gums thing?
He had some doctor like in Hialeah out of their garage. He had a gum surgery or something. This is not a joke.
He had a botched gum surgery?
He had gum surgery years ago, and then he had a gum surgery again years ago.
So I don't know about the whole gums thing, but I had my first cavity.
What has he got? Gingivitis? Like what is going on here? I
had my first cavity about 6 months ago. Last time I went to the dentist, they go, "You have a cavity." And that was the most devastating piece of medical news I've ever gotten.
Absolutely.
Because I had never had a cavity.
Me too.
And every time I would go to the dentist, they're like, "Man,
well, you have awesome teeth.
You have awesome teeth." They go, "Are you from Dade County?" I say, "Yeah." They go, "Oh, it's that water down there. It's that tap water. got that fluoride in it, so it's good for your teeth.
Or maybe it's genetics. Yeah.
Apparently, the water is good for your teeth.
My buddy's
I
a
don't know,
dentist,
but I
John
think they
Nelson,
took the- I
Midtown
think they took that
dentist,
stuff
and
out of the.
yeah,
I need a new dentist.
He's
Promote
fighting
away.
He's fighting for fluoride to remain in South Florida's waters because it is absolutely good for their teeth.
I don't know, man. I don't know what it's good for, bad for. I don't go down those roads. I just whatever, man. Whatever's my fridge spits out.
We need fluoride.
But apparently Solana, he's got gum problems. He's got all kinds of problems. But yeah, he's a good example though of like what happens when you play ball. And
I've told Solana, stop. You got to stop playing pickup ball.
He can't even be 30, right?
Solana's I think 32.
I feel bad talking on his behalf. Here
no, Solana's like, no, you cannot. I'm sorry.
Look, watch Zog.
I see him. I saw him.
He is hurting, man.
When I see a guy injured, I know it's pickup ball. I know it's pickup ball. Alex Marvez, Michael Cunningham, Ethan Skolnick,
Ethan got hurt playing pickup
Jason
ball?
Cole, all of them injured playing pickup basketball. I remember when I was a young intern at the Boston Globe.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know you worked at Boston Globe.
Yes, I did. Right. They had they played like Tuesdays and Thursdays at lunchtime.
Yeah,
and I used to go out there.
Yeah,
and I would and I'd run with them. I would take literally the brunt of the contact in a collision. But I was young 20s. I would literally just pop back up. The guy that I had the contact with, he wouldn't pop back up. And then the next day, I'd see him on crutches. And
brutal.
That was the point when I realized if you're in your 30s, you have no business playing pickup basketball. None.
Well, I don't know, man. I all I could tell you is I have the itch. Someone said 28 to 35 is the peak. Another one said 25. I want to say 25-ish felt my best.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, you're just full of testosterone.
18 was 18. Like when I started
Jamie, how old
college
are you?
I'm 24. I feel like 18 to 22 is the peak.
Nah, bro. It gets way better.
But it's college life.
Nah, bro.
College life
sucks, bro. Wait till you.
No, it doesn't.
Oh yeah, it does.
I'm missing it.
No. You got to get to the point where you've got a career, a little bit of money, a little bit of wisdom. You're beating the women off with a stick. That's the peak.
Jamie is right, by the way. I just my thoughts on this too. Like college was fantastic.
It was fun. Yeah,
it was a good run,
but it gets better.
And everything was worse after that. At least for me.
Jamie,
it probably will. Everything will be worse.
I haven't gotten there yet, but I mean, I don't know how it gets much better.
It doesn't, because every year you're gonna have more responsibility. So you're gonna hit 25.
See, but you don't have money now.
No.
Yeah, you're broke as a joke.
He is broke, but you know what's gonna happen.
I'm in that in between right now. I just left college. I'm not fully.
You're poor.
So
you're poor, Jamie.
You're gonna hit 25, and you're gonna
don't
be
know any better.
You can't be on your parents' health insurance anymore, and then things are gonna get real. And you're gonna be like, yeah, this whole thing sucks. All right. Anyway, we got to take a break. Speaking of sucks, we're gonna hear from Tua and Mike when we come back here. We do have Omar with us, so we're gonna get into this Dolphin stuff. Oh man,
I hope you didn't mind me calling you poor, Jamie.
No, it's all good. We're all having fun.
Says I blew out my ACL at 38 playing basketball, and I kept playing after that. But this year at 46, I felt my calf injury. I'm scared my Achilles will tear, and I finally stopped playing. I don't want to tear my Achilles.
Yeah, bro. It's a bad look when you tear your Achilles. And that's the thing about when you get older, everything takes longer to heal. Like I broke my ribs and it was supposed to take 6 to 8 weeks. It took me 3 months. And I think I'm finally over it.
Apparently fluoride's why I'm not so sharp, Omar, from what at least my teeth are strong.
I'm also in the no cavity club, by the way.
Are you you still have no cavities?
No cavities. Yes, sir.
Seriously?
0.
I had one. And again, they might have they could have told me I was dying.
Yeah, my dentist said there's one that's close.
Oh.
And it's like between my teeth. And I'm like, I gotta get it. I'm getting all nervous now.
Heartbreaking.
Right? I brushed that area real hard.
I even had those sealant things they put on there back in the day. I don't know if they still do that. I don't know if they're still doing that. Your buddy's a dentist. We'll give him we got to give him a call, man. I got to get in there. All right. We're going to take a pause. We will do the Dolphin stuff. I promise when we come back, we'll hear from Mike. We will hear from Tua. Omar Kelly is here. Allan Pupart, by the way, is going to join us as well in the 8 o'clock hour. So a lot of Dolphin stuff to get to here as we have reached week number 6 in the NFL here. We have football tonight, Giants and Eagles. So we'll continue on with our Dolphins talk when we come back here on QAM.
Hey, right now, want to
Thank you for.
I mean, you know the guys who carry people's like mixers and stuff like that. You could learn how to set up.
It would be like his roadie.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could be DJ Zog's roadie.
You're missing the point here. I just want to turn the knob.
I know, but he's gonna let you turn the knob.
One knob turn, one button.
Early, they don't even do that. They don't even do their set.
That doesn't do anything. I just want to. That's all. That's all.
I'm just telling you. You can do the early 11 o'clock hour set for DJ Zog.
All right, fair enough. Anyway, I want to get back to the Dolphin stuff here. And Dan, do we have a couple of these sound bites here? So let's play Mike first. This is from yesterday over in Miami Gardens. Here's what Mike McDaniel had to say.
I think that it's one of the reasons I focus on how he grows as a quarterback in the micro instances that I think are so difficult as a franchise quarterback in the National Football League. If you're uncomfortable with the stakes of the game, it's not a game for you. You're not going to change the stakes.
All right, so that's Mike.
Let me put a little context on.
Go ahead, please.
That was a question from Chris Perkins about, does Tua feel pressure from basically being in the AFC conference where all the big dogs are at?
Yes,
you know, you're Josh Allen's and Joe Burrow, even though Joe Burrow's not playing right now.
Lamar's there,
and Lamar's not playing right now. We know
the character,
because all these QBs, they get injured. You just only remember it when Tua gets injured, but I understand. And Tua is actually injured right now.
In fairness, I know. I see that he popped up on the injury report. In fairness, Joe Burrow, we have been critical of him as well. And I want to say Joe Burrow has now missed more time than Tua.
Absolutely, he has. But nobody thinks about that because he took a team to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's a big deal too.
Yeah.
But, look, if you're going to be injury prone, you can at least be elite like Joe Burrow. But anyway, go ahead. Continue on.
I
thought you were going to continue
on. No.
I
don't.
Do you want to hear from Tua now?
Yeah.
So let's hear Tua's follow-up to that, and here's what he had to say yesterday.
One of the things that McDaniel praised you for earlier today is your ability to tune out the noise, right? Both positive and negative. Obviously that's easier said than done. How have you been able to do that, and has it grown a little bit more difficult this year with, the losses?
Yeah, I would say it hasn't been as difficult this year, just because, as I've said in prior interviews, I'm not on social media. Like, I don't have any of that. And then outside of that, like, I go home, I see my kids, whether I throw 5 picks or 5 touchdowns, we win the game, we lose the game, I get to come home to my kids who are happy to see me every time.
So there's Tua yesterday, and he's a little bit like flippant about,
it's not
losses.
Flippant. When you have a hard day at work, you don't want to see your kids and go play, and but they make it better.
Here's the issue.
I mean, your kids are usually at school when you're working.
Here's the issue.
Yeah.
You play 17 of these games.
Uh-huh.
You're getting paid a fortune to play these games. You're the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Even if you don't care, even if it doesn't bother you, even if you can shake off these losses and just go home and have fun, go up to the podium. The one day a week you speak to the media, he speaks to the media for 10 minutes a week.
And say,
go up
I'm
to the media
depressed.
And just say, no, he doesn't have to say I'm super
depressed. I have
depressed.
no happiness in my life.
He doesn't have to say that. He can go up to the podium and say, you know what? Yeah, I hear it. I'm frustrated too. It's bothering me. We're going to do whatever we can to get it right.
Yeah, sure.
You just blew a 17-0 lead on the road to Carolina. Your coach is probably out of a job. Your GM's probably going to be out of a job.
Maybe.
You better not do this to people, because I think people are going to riot if they don't make changes this year. I thought people were going to riot this past year if they didn't make changes.
Apathy is definitely going to set in, and they got to do something.
I think people are going to go bonkers if they don't make some serious changes after this year.
Yeah, they'll make serious changes.
I also don't believe, unless you are willing to sell me some magic hope this morning, which you've been known to do from time to time. I don't think there is a way to turn this around.
Yeah,
with the personnel that they have.
Maybe.
Now, again, they just blew a 17-point lead to Carolina,
but they're a bad team too.
So sell me.
What?
Sell me. You just said there is.
Okay.
Sell me.
Well,
you would need to win, let's say, 9 games from here on out.
Okay, the
Right?
next batch
Is that correct? You would have to go 9-3 to probably make the playoffs.
Correct.
You have just brought out, just so people that can't see you, if you're not on the YouTube stream this morning, you have just brought out some sort of book.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is your Dolphins notebook where you jot down your crazy ideas.
It's our weekly release, which is
I assume you have a pen somewhere and you jot down like crazy stuff that pops into your head.
No, it's all in there. It's all in there.
So what's rattling around in there? Help me out here, Omar, as to how you salvage this season.
Okay, you have some injuries on this team. You lose Tyreek. You're playing without the right side of your offensive line.
Okay. Every team has injuries.
I know.
Please.
Can I continue,
Sure.
please?
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You're going to be playing without your starting inside linebacker, Terrell Dotson, this week because he's in the concussion protocol.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be an idiot to play a linebacker 1 week after a concussion.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Waller is, healthy, maybe. Kind of, your second best offensive weapon. My point is you've got challenges, but every team has challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Los Angeles Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing without their 2 starting offensive tackles. They are playing with their 3rd string running back at this point.
Yeah, they lost one of their Amari and Hampton.
I'm sure they've got other injuries as well. Their roster,
everyone does.
Yeah, everyone does. They're playing without Khalil Mack. Everyone does. So the Chargers are making a cross-country trip with an injury-depleted roster. While you're injury-depleted as well, you are at home.
So you're going cross-country on me?
Oh yeah, that's never easy. I don't know if you've made cross-country trips, but yeah,
I have taken 4-hour airplane rides. Yes, continue.
It's not 4. It's not 4.
Whatever.
It's 5.
5. Sorry,
like 5.5. Come on, let's be.
Well, you do know that they actually the Chargers. I don't know if you saw this. They're taking Frontier Airlines down here.
Oh no!
So they're going to be in those really cramped.
You're a liar.
Seats.
You're stop.
So
yeah,
they're not even going to give them water on the flight.
I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you it'd be a loss if they took Frontier Airlines.
On Frontier.
So you could win this game.
They are going to take a charter flight down here and stay in a luxury hotel and then play the football game. Yes. Okay. Continue on.
Okay, you could win this game technically. Now, if you don't, then the apocalypse is here. Cleveland on the road. Who's Cleveland's starter?
Shedeur Sanders, maybe by then.
Probably, maybe, and that would be a scary challenge. By the way, they just traded Joe Flacco, so then you get Atlanta.
The problem is this funny thing is I don't think it matters who starts at quarterback right now against the Dolphins and I think Bryce Young is as bad as they come. If you can run the ball, they had a backup running back run for like 200 yards.
Yeah.
If you can do that,
yeah,
you could start at quarterback, Omar.
Which is why I consistently say the Miami's inability to stop the run is problem number 1, but everybody's obsessed with Tua. Like that should be what we're talking about. We should be talking about, hey, this team for 4 weeks cannot stop the run and have said week after week after week after week, we need to stop the run, and the bleeding continues. That should be problem number 1, but it's Tua's fault.
See, that's the problem. I think you try to simplify it too much. And I think a lot of people try to do this. Like, this is not a Tua is the only problem situation. This is not the team is elite and Tua sucks. That's not what people are saying.
Your team got a lot of problems. He's not really one of them right now.
I believe that Tua is part of the problem. Okay. He is not part of the solution.
Why is he part of the problem? Don't answer why is he not part of the solution. Tell me why he's part of the problem.
Because why is he part of the problem?
Yes, tell me why.
Did you watch the games?
I didn't ask you that. I need your reason why he's part of the problem.
Because when it's 3rd and 5 or 6 or whatever,
he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in 3rd downs.
And he turns the corner to run, and he has to slide 3 yards short of the sticks because he is not a football player. That's a problem.
What does the team and the organization and his teammates, what have they hammered into his head this offseason?
He needs to slide.
Stay healthy. Keep yourself available, right?
Baker Mayfield sliding in that spot.
I just asked you a question.
Is Justin Herbert?
Hold on, wait. Pause. Put a pause in it. What have we said to Tua the entire offseason? Media, GM. The GM called him out in the press conference. GM, head coach, players. What have they all hammered in his head? Hey, dude, risk anything.
But isn't
Keep
that
yourself
part,
available.
But that's part of the problem, though.
Okay.
It's part of the problem
Well,
when you have a football playing quarterback that can't take a hit.
He plays
that's
football.
Part of the problem.
Okay. Could Drew Brees take a hit? Could Tom Brady take a hit? Sometimes you don't have athletic quarterbacks. I know it's the fad, the trend, the in thing right now. I know Baker Mayfield is killing it right now.
He just went on, Dan. He just went on this rant about how the AFC's got all these elite quarterbacks,
Yeah.
right? Which elite quarterback in the AFC can't run and can't extend a play with his legs? Riddle me that one.
Joe Burrow, because he keeps getting hurt.
Oh, Joe Burrow can run.
Joe
Don't be like
Burrow,
that.
because he keeps getting hurt.
He's injury prone. That's fine.
Okay, Tua's injury prone too. Nobody's taking Joe Burrow out the elite club.
It's interesting when you say, what does Tua do that hurts the team? This is the thing. The great quarterbacks find ways to bail out their defense.
Yes.
What did Tua do? What did Tua do?
Threw
when he
a
had the chance?
46-yard touchdown to Jalen Waddle.
What about when he overthrew Jalen Waddle on that second down?
Sometimes it happens.
Help your team out.
Dan is a broken post-game host right now. Listen to him in there. I'm
not arguing with you. If there is one limitation that Tua has, he's not a killer.
Isn't that one of the most important things to being a great quarterback? Tom Brady, Drew Brees, you just mentioned them.
Absolutely.
Tom Brady, by the way, for this, everyone that's like Tom Brady couldn't take it. Tom Brady played part of that era where they used to tee off on quarterbacks. So, like, remember, Brady played for like 50 years.
And then they created rules to protect him.
All right, we have to take a pause. Allan Pupart is going to join us. We'll see where he weighs in on all of this
I know
stuff.
where he weighs in.
I know. I tend to side with him on more. On
Everybody sides with
him
because everything is wrong. Tua is the fault for everything that's wrong with the Miami Dolphins. Tua is at fault.
Tua is a part of the problem. He is not the problem.
Tell me why he's part of the because he can't run for a 3rd and 6. That's why he's part of the problem.
No, because he's just not good enough. He's just not good enough. He's
on pace to be.
He is not
the 3rd quarterback in NFL history.
But he hasn't.
Let me finish.
It's the same problem, though. No,
he's on pace to be the 3rd quarterback in NFL history that produces 100 passer rating. 3rd in NFL history.
Stop.
Steve Young.
They need to win.
Aaron Rodgers.
They need to win games.
Yeah.
And they need to beat a team.
He's a winner.
That is not a trash team. The only team they've beaten this year, the New York Jets.
Okay, and that's all Tua's fault.
Wins and losses are
that
important.
That is all
we gotta
Tua's
take
fault.
A break. We'll be back more.
39 and 28, all Tua's fault.
There's a reason to tell you that.
It's turned into an Uncle Luke morning here on QAM. I love it.
See, this is what I love. This is the epitome of who you are as Danny Hollywood, as the world knows you.
This is a good one, man.
You tell everybody what your dream is. Your dream is to
and apparently
DJ.
you have set it up for me, which I thank you.
Luke says he can make it happen for you at Live.
Right, I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna keep looking into this. He, by the way, the voices you're hearing this morning. I'm Hollywood. That's Omar, Empty Stats, Kelly,
and here's
Danny
Danny
and Jamie. I just said I need to be able to choose my song. Is all I said.
Luke says I can make it happen for you at League, the biggest party in South Florida.
Be able to choose my song.
He's got all conditions. He's like, I want the smoke. I want the graffiti. I want to play my song. It's got to be house music.
I want the smoke. I want the thing that shoots out streamers.
Do you want your dream to come alive?
I want the thing that shoots out streamers.
Do you want your dream or not?
Yeah, that's what I would. I just have some conditions. Anyway, welcome back in here on QAM. Allan Pupart's going to join us here in a few minutes, and we'll get his take on everything going on with the Dolphins. I call you Omar Empty Stats Kelly because I just like you throw these numbers at me, and you ask me to respond. It's like I know the numbers tell one story. That's fine. I personally base my opinion on the eye test.
Yeah,
and I like to try to reach out to people that know what the hell they're talking about. Yes. I like to speak to people that, help me form these opinions. Yeah. And my opinion on our quarterback is that he is not good enough to get us to where we need to go. I've been saying that to you for years, Omar.
I know you have.
And I think we are finally at the crossroads here where something's got to give, man. And if this thing continues going down this road, if this team is just a lost cause,
this team is a lost
cause.
And it's all Tua's fault. Tua calls plays on defense.
You got to rip the Band-Aid off, man. I don't know when that is.
And then do what?
Well, you got another quarterback on the roster who you may be good, may not be good.
Who?
What are you,
You're not talking about?
You an owl?
You're talking about Wilson? Zach Wilson?
No, I'm not talking about Zach Wilson. I'm talking about the
Quinn Ewers?
Yeah.
He's playing
At some point, you have to face facts.
I'm not even
reality.
Sure. Here's the thing. I'm not even sure that these draft picks that are in this that are coming out are.
I know, bad quarterback class. Fine.
Yeah.
Do you believe that this rebuild has failed?
Absolutely, no question.
So
that's because
that's it, though. But that's the end. There's no but. There's no if.
No.
There's
a but.
If the rebuild failed,
yes, the rebuild.
Then
failed.
Everyone that was a part of the rebuild
either
gets a do-over or has to go.
Do you know
those
why
are the two options?
Do you know why the rebuild failed?
I think there's a lot of reasons why the rebuild failed.
Yeah,
there are a lot of reasons, and it's not just number one. I got you on that. He's not the only reason. A big part of it.
How many times have you given him a competent offensive line that could protect him and not get him sacked?
How many
on
teams
third
do you
downs?
think really have
competent offensive lines?
Really great offensive lines.
The Buffalo Bills do.
Okay, so one.
Okay. Baltimore, they've got a lot of issues. Their offensive line isn't really the main issue. Let's think. San Francisco's got an amazing line. I think they've got some injuries right now, but they still have Trent Williams. Keeping him upright, that's a good starting point. No, we're not. It's not about what you have and what everybody has. You know what I like about Tua?
That he's nice to you?
No. He's not always nice to me.
Okay.
You know that from.
I mean, I don't. That's the only reason I would think you would defend him at this point in time.
No.
But go ahead. Whatever.
I told you he's the problem. Let's just acknowledge that he's the problem.
Okay.
And now find a solution. Okay.
Someone just said it's not a rebuild; it's a reset per career. That's right.
Yeah. That's worse than the rebuild. And I wrote a column in today's Miami Herald. You lose to the Chargers. It's tear it down, sell it off, fire sale.
That's the measuring stick now.
For me, yeah. Oh my God. There've only been three teams that have rebounded.
So blowing
from
that game to the Panthers wasn't that didn't do it for you. You got to.
I mean, you had a 17-0 lead. This is you're not a good team.
All right, I want to hear what Allan Pupart has to say. We got to get caught up here. Allan Pupart is going to join us next on QAM. We continue the Dolphins talk after this.
Headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com. Thursday Night Football tonight features the Eagles and the Giants at 8:15. Tonight at 7, the Panthers host the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Miami Heat. They did lose to the San Antonio Spurs 112-107. They will face Orlando Sunday at 6. On the weather, sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Rude AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. Temperatures in the high 70s right now with a chance of rain throughout the day. I am Dan Day. Now back to the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
Welcome back in here on WQAM on this Thursday morning. Hollywood, Omar Kelly, Dan Day, Jamie along here with you. And it is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Toyota of Hollywood.com, where we are joined by Allan Pupart. He is the publisher of Miami Dolphins on SI. He's also the host of the All Dolphins podcast. Allan, good morning. How's everything going, my friend?
He also stars in the Dolphins Collective as well.
There you go. Good morning, Allan.
Hi, fellas. How are you?
Allan, honestly, we're not great this morning. Omar and I have been butting heads a little bit here on this whole how to fix the Dolphins problem and whose fault is it and all this. And
we know it's Tua's fault.
He has numbers after numbers after numbers.
There he goes.
He will spew numbers until you can't take it anymore as far as Tua goes.
And this is
Allan,
a numbers
my
guy.
eyes tell me one thing, the numbers tell me another. Can you settle the debate here? Where are we on this quarterback who you heard his stuff from yesterday. You know, it doesn't really bother him all that much because he goes home and he's got his kids and stuff at home. Where are you on this whole Tua situation?
Oh man, there's a lot to unpack here. I have been listening. I have been listening, and I'm more on your side, Hollywood, than I am on Omar's. As far as the media and the question about what he thinks about the other quarterbacks in the AFC, that could not bother me less, to be honest with you, in the grand scheme of things. Now, here's where I'm going to go with Omar. First of all, please stop. I'm begging you, stop with of course, it's everything's Tua's fault. Everybody's blaming nobody but Tua. Nobody is doing that.
Everybody's doing that.
Nobody is doing that, though. Like
No.
nobody who watches the games and knows what they're talking about
That's nobody
is saying it's all Tua's fault. No one's doing that. The whole team sucks.
Like you couldn't stop.
You
couldn't stop a nosebleed.
There was nothing good
on Sunday
about what the Dolphins did on Sunday.
Tua missed on Jalen Waddle.
Like Allan, maybe
throw.
you could help us too. Like, was there a positive to take away from Sunday's game? And then we can get back to this Tua stuff. But there was nothing good about Sunday.
Jake Bailey kicked us.
Tua had a very efficient game
Not when it counted.
First,
not
yes,
when it
okay.
counted. And this is where Omar. This is where you are dropping the ball, my friend. And you know we're booze, but holy smokes, because you keep throwing out, and it's amazing. You keep throwing out the passing numbers and the passing numbers and the passing numbers and the passer rating and all that. And I looked up some stuff for you this morning because I knew we were going to have this little chat. There's the expression in golf, you drive for show, putt for dough. Fourth quarter passer rating, and I know you're big on passer rating. Tua's at 88.7. That ranks 23rd in the NFL. Sorry, that's with a score, with the margin within a score, plus or minus points.
Take that, Omar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know you love it. And I was listening to you guys, and you mentioned like Tua's killing it on third down. You know what? As I'm watching, he's like the Dolphins are doing well on third down. Tua's passer rating on third down this season is 75.6. I think you and I both know those are not good numbers. So yes,
where does that rank in the NFL?
22nd.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I am with you. Tua had overall a pretty good game against Carolina, but you have got to get it done. And this wasn't the first time. This was the third time this year. And by the way, you mentioned about how Carolina ran and will against the Dolphins. They absolutely did. Their run defense was absolutely pathetic. Guess what? Dolphins still had the ball with $1:54, 3 timeouts left, and they went 3 and out. And
what happened? How did they go 3 and out? What was the third down play? Was he given adequate protection?
He also had Devon. Look at the film again. He had Devon A. Chan. He had Devon A. Chan leaking out of the backfield where he could have dumped the ball off. and
that was going to get him a first down.
No, but at worst, it would have gotten them 3 or 4 yards. Where then they probably go for it on 4th and 7 or 4th and 6. And I'm not, the third down play is not all on Tua, because obviously Jonas Savaiinaia was beaten way too easily at the snap. But again, to say it was everybody else's fault but Tua, this is where you lose me, and you lose a lot of non-Tua supporters. Okay? And this came after a first down pass to Waddle when he's completely covered, and the second down pass where he felt pressure, shuffled his feet, never reset his feet, and floated it past it to Waddle, who was wide open for about 15 yards.
Why wasn't he comfortable?
The third time this year.
Why wasn't he comfortable?
That's a he problem, because guess what? Because life in the NFL as a quarterback, you are going to get pressure. It happens. And if you look around the NFL, there are a lot of quarterbacks who deal with pressure as much as Tua does, if not more. And you're going to see one of those on Sunday with Justin Herbert, where you're going to see all of a sudden, very possibly, how good the Dolphins pass rush can look.
And what if we don't?
What if we don't what?
See how good Dolphins pass rush can look against Justin Herbert.
Then Herbert is going to light him up. But I that would be the massive indictment on Dolphins pass rush, because that Chargers offensive line, which has injuries up the wazoo, like Tampa Bay's, like Dallas's, like Minnesota's, not just the Dolphins, who are missing 2 starters on their offensive line. And if the Dolphin pass rush can't get any pressure on Justin Herbert, and again, not that it necessarily would be overly shocking given the way this season has gone so far, but that would be another major bummer for any sort of optimism that might exist.
Allan Pupart here with us. Allan, let's look big picture on this thing here. And, look, it does not appear the Dolphins are going anywhere this season. Omar seems to think a turnaround is possible.
Not likely, but possible.
I just think after what we saw in the last game, it is, I don't want to say 0% chance, but it seems incredibly unlikely something is just going to magically, some switch is going to magically get flipped here, and they're just going to, start winning games. But when we look big picture here, should this thing continue down this road, Allan, what needs to happen? I mean, do we start, finding other guys to play in some of these positions, namely quarterback? Do we find someone else to start trading off assets? Do we find someone else to coach this football team? Like, what do you think is going to be the road here ahead for this Dolphins franchise, should things continue going this way?
Well, if I may answer the first part first, not that you asked me, but I'm with Omar on this one. It's like the idea of shutting the door on the possibility of a turnaround, to me, is kind of silly, because again, I'm going to go back to the fact that they're 1-4. They also had the ball in their hands on offense late in the game with a chance to either take the lead or tie 3 of the 4 of the losses. Okay. So all of a sudden, is those situations, they produce better results. It can turn around, and they were 1-4 in 2016, and I know circumstances were different. They were 1-4 in 2021, and they went on a 7-game winning streak.
So you believe, well, if you had to put a percent on it, let's say the Dolphins probably have to finish 9-3, right, to make the playoffs.
Okay.
What percent would you put on it that the Dolphins go 9-3 down the stretch after what we just saw on Sunday?
Oh, 15 at best, but it's not. Again,
that's pretty high.
It's higher than 0 and slightly less than Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance.
Okay. Let him get back to what we were saying though. Like, as far as like the big picture here, what's the road ahead look like?
Well, if it doesn't get straightened out, then I think you're probably looking at a new head coach, probably a new GM, and though it wouldn't surprise me if the current GM was reassigned to a different post in the front office. And I know, my thoughts on Tua overall. I know your thoughts on Tua.
Mm-hmm.
He's still got that $56 million cap number for 2026. I don't think there's an automatic that he gets dumped. And yes, Denver did it with Russell Wilson last year. I don't know exactly how many organizations around the NFL would have been willing to make the move the Broncos did. So to me, I think he might be 50-50, depending on how high a draft pick
he's higher than 50-50. Dump him and do what? Kirk Cousins? Russell Wilson?
Are we going to go again with that argument?
Shedeur Sanders?
My argument all along. Argument with Tua all along. and Omar, it's getting
Deshaun
worse.
Watson.
Hold on. Can I?
Yeah.
It's getting worse because the AFC not only has now Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Yes, I'm going to do it. Drake May is going to be a problem. Justin Herbert is a problem. CJ Stroud, if again you want to talk about guys operating behind bad offensive line, CJ Stroud's another one. Those guys are all, to me, a clear notch.
Notch better than Tua, but yet they don't complete as many passes. They don't throw as passes percentage. They don't throw as many touchdowns.
Stop saying numbers. Stop. Just leave the numbers alone.
That's all you do.
I swear, it's like you don't watch Allan.
Passer rating numbers.
Allan, I want maybe next game. Can you do this in the press box? Can you put a camera on Omar? I want to see if he actually watches the game or if he sits there with his face buried in a computer looking at numbers. Because at the end of the day,
game.
Like you have to watch the game.
He's not clutch,
and you have to do the eye test.
He's not clutch.
Patrick Mahomes' numbers are not great, right? Like you have to do the eye test. It's not all about numbers.
Are we really comparing any quarterback to Patrick Mahomes?
No, we're making a point about.
I'm not, but I'm just saying. If you're going to keep spewing these numbers, which mean nothing,
okay.
He's a looter in a riot, man. Like, yes, when the going is good
against
the bad
teams,
he puts up numbers
against the bad teams.
Okay,
I don't believe you're playing a series of bad teams right now or injury depleted teams, and there is no given that you're going to actually win those games. So I don't buy that. You just played a bad team in Carolina allegedly, but when you're a bad team, there is no such thing as a bad team.
Fine, Allan. I got to get back to one thing that you said though. This Chris Greer thing. You said reassigned. What are we talking? We talking like food and beverage, director, or are we talking something in the front office? Like what are we talking here? Because I don't want fans to start storming the building here this morning.
No, where he would be more like in an advisory role without necessarily personnel powers.
An advisory role.
And let me throw another one back at Omar. For 3 years, all you kept spewing about Tua. Look at the one loss record. Look at the one loss record. Look at the one loss record. Well, guess what? The Dolphins are 1-4 this year. So doesn't that say that he's not having a good year?
Absolutely.
Despite whatever passer rating. Okay.
It's a good 1-4 though. They've been close, right? Isn't that what you're saying? It's a good 1-4.
Everything that's wrong with the Miami Dolphins.
The best 1-4 team in football.
Everything that's wrong with the Miami Dolphins is Tua's fault.
But exactly by the same token, when they were having a good record and you kept pointing to that, it wasn't all because of Tua. It works both ways.
Okay, now he's at fault. He's the reason why they can't play defense.
Stop doing that because there's multiple problems. Right? Stop doing that, Allan. Before we let you run, Allan, your thoughts on Sunday? What can the Dolphins do to win this game? I'm guessing the Chargers are probably going to go into this game with a game plan of let's just run the football, regardless of who's running it at this point. Just run the ball, and we'll be fine. How do the Dolphins adjust? Do they have a chance to win this football game?
Of course, yeah, absolutely they do, because the Chargers' offensive line is a complete sieve right now. And something I want to point out is I wrote about this on Miami Dolphins on SI.com. But folks are acting like Rico Dowdle was like some schlub that they just picked up from a college campus 2 weeks ago. You realize the dude had 4 100-yard rushing games with Dallas at the end of last season? Okay. And finished the year with over 1,000 yards. Now, the guys the Dolphins are going to face on Sunday, one of them just got promoted from the practice squad. And then the other one's been in the league since 2022 and has 193 career rushing yards. So, and I get the notion the overreaction right now is like anybody who plays against the Dolphins is going to rush for 100 yards.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I know that's the perception, but that's a little silly.
Oh, come on. You want to put some money on it this week? Because last I checked, you were missing your green dot player. He's not going to be playing because he's in concussion protocol. And
when did the green dot player turn into Roquan Smith or Bobby Wagner?
I didn't say he was, but he kept you like the 30th ranked defense. There might be opportunity to become worse. Like here, have they shown you anything that says that they can stop the run? Anything?
They had one game that actually where they didn't do too badly against the run.
They've given up 100 every game.
I do think you're underestimating just how bad the Chargers' offensive line and their running game is.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't get pressure on Herbert's going to carve him up because now he's got a decent wide receiver group. But the Dolphins need to get pressure on him, and they absolutely can win the game. It's one of those flip a coin and see where it turns out. I could see it going either way.
Here's final question for Allan Pupart. At what point do you have a fire sale for this team's talent? Trade deadline November 4th. When are you selling?
I think you go 1-5. You start making phone calls and say we're open for business. If they lose Sunday.
I think it's strange you guys think there's such a big difference. Like if they beat the Chargers on Sunday, like all of a sudden things are different.
They still have a pulse.
But do they?
Yeah, they do.
Like, why is it that big of a difference at this point? Like, I think we can all agree that this team is incredibly flawed and that the rebuild failed. Omar admitted that earlier. The rebuild failed.
I don't think we can debate that now. Can we debate that?
I don't think winning on Sunday, like, oh man, it's all better.
No, but you can't quit on the season. That's the point. When we start,
they quit on the season when they let 17-0 get away in Carolina. That to me was the quitting on the season.
That's mismanagement on the season.
I don't care what you want to call it, what fancy word you want to throw in front of it. That was like you either win that game or you're done. At 17-0, that's brutal.
That was to his fault.
Yep, to his fault.
Oh. I threw that in there for you, Omar.
Absolutely, everything's to his fault.
It's going to be your fault soon here, Allan.
But Hollywood, here's the thing. If they do beat the Chargers, that they're 2-4, and you're going to Cleveland, which is going to be starting Dylan Gabriel at quarterback. And while he looked okay in his debut, he didn't look like he was over his skis. There are some major physical limitations with him as a quarterback.
Great. And I'm going to have to listen to Joe for a week. Tell me how they're going to go up there and wax him like he did with Carolina. And then, we know how that ends. Allan, thank you for the time, my friend. Appreciate it.
You got it. Have a good one, fellas.
All right. Allan Pupart, SI.com. And Omar, plug the
Dolphins
podcast
Collective,
again,
a podcast that features me, Pupart, Dudley Durong, and TD.
Beautiful. I am a fan, Omar. I'm a fan of
For People Roundtable.
Anything you're doing, I'm a fan of. You know that, Omar. As much as we disagree.
You got me and TD together.
You always think I'm trying to stir stuff up, and now I've made you a lifelong friend of some of these guys. So that's all we try to do, man. We're just trying to connect people.
I'm trying to connect you with Luke. The funniest thing, DJ to live.
I know. The funniest thing about this whole Dolphins thing and the fan base and everything is like everybody wants the same thing, right? Everybody wants a parade. Everyone wants them to win a playoff game. They want to win the AFC. They want to win a Super Bowl.
I want to be honest with you.
What?
I don't want a parade. I just want competence.
I know, but I'm saying the ultimate goal, right? Everyone has the same goal.
I want competence before the parade.
There's no one out there that's like, I just want them to bottom out and lose.
No. The majority of this fan base wants them to bottom out.
Now they do.
Yes.
But in general, I'm just saying everybody wants the same thing. It's just
everyone has into the season wanting them.
Everyone has
out.
very different. My point is that everyone has different, ideas of how to get there, right? And now you are at a point where it feels hopeless, and it's depressing. It is depressing because you probably could have ripped the Band-Aid off after last season and not had to go through this. This was your biggest fear. If you're a Dolphins fan, when Stephen Ross sent out that note, which they keep posting every single week, this was your biggest fear. Is that you were going to come back and be the same thing that you were.
No,
which
they're
was
worse.
Mediocre.
No, they're worse.
What happened? You lost
They're not mediocre.
Smith. You lost Jalen Ramsey. You lost Tyreek. You're worse.
They're not mediocre.
You came back.
They're bad.
You came back with a worse roster on paper and expected it to somehow be better.
Correct.
And that to me is like it's a slap in the face of all the fans because you get these guys that go up there and you're more worried about it than we are and this and that. And yeah, it's a frustrating deal. Texas just asked if we've talked about Belichick yet. The story that keeps on giving, that North Carolina thing, I just love it. I love every second of it.
To talk about.
Oh, there is. There was some news that came out yesterday. So we can.
Belichick is fine.
Yeah, man. I am so against you and Allan. If you were going to turn the season around, which again, such a long shot, such a crazy thing. If you're going to turn it around, Carolina was probably your opportunity, man.
You've seen this team turn the season around a couple of times after bad starts. 1-7, they turned it around.
This team,
this franchise.
Every year is different.
Every year is
Every
different,
year is
yeah.
completely
The
different
head
from one
coach
another.
last year
Every year is
started
different.
2 and
Nothing happened last year. This has anything to do with
finished
this year.
6-3.
Okay, I am looking at the team that they have put on the field.
It's not
and
good.
if you were up 17-0 playing against Bryce Young, who looks
Maybe
he
that
looks
was
like
their
he
turning
could be
point.
playing. I couldn't even play high school football. He probably couldn't see over an offensive line in high school.
Him and Tua
Okay.
are the same size.
Well, that's part of a bigger problem. But I just can't imagine how you could watch that game, see them melt down the way that they did, and think there is still some kind of light at the end of the tunnel here. Anyway, we have to take a break. We'll be back on QAM.
I want to tell you about Dr. Barry
Welcome back in on QAM here on a Thursday morning. Hope everyone's having a great start to their day here. Sun is shining here, Omar. It's a beautiful morning in South Florida.
Even though you don't have a Dolphins win?
Yep. Even though we don't
and your team is
Dolphins
circling the drain.
They did beat the Jets. You'll always have that.
Jets are bad.
And we always have the Hurricanes.
Wouldn't it be great?
Have a bye week this week? By the way, Canes will play a week from Friday for those wondering. And by the way, someone offered you tickets.
Yeah,
or a single ticket. I could try to find this text from earlier.
I need a pair.
I think they might want to sit with you
and
get your hot takes during the games. So
I don't.
Whatever it is you talk about during these games.
You know I'm coming to you. You know
you're not sitting
master.
anywhere near me at those games.
Oh yeah, we do have that booth. Okay,
I find you to be, as far as the Canes go, I just don't want you around.
I
love you.
Okay, hold on, wait. Okay,
You're a dear friend, but we need things to keep going well with one of our football teams, and
but
I think you bring a bad mojo to the table.
Wouldn't it be great if you learn how to finish games as a Hurricanes team?
I think the Hurricanes have had some trouble closing out games. Yes. I think I am not.
Are you going to be a title contender if you don't learn how to stop playing with your food?
I think that there is a little bit of we're going to take our foot off the gas and we are going to play not to lose happening in these games against the good teams. Yes, I do think that has happened. As far as can you keep getting away with it?
No.
You probably will get clipped at some point.
You have no room for a slip up here. You
they need to win out.
Yes.
I think is pretty accurate.
Absolutely need to win out.
They could probably afford one loss.
No, let's not.
Maybe, but
no, because if you want to set yourself,
the problem is the schedule is so friendly for Miami the rest of the way. Like
there's no such thing as
just
friendly schedule.
I know.
Georgia
Tech, I know what you're saying. You don't play Georgia Tech.
I know, but you know who you are.
I know, and I get that. I get that Miami has lost that game for 20 years. I get it. I completely get it.
And then snowballed after they lose that game.
This game on Friday night, a week from Friday, Louisville.
Yeah, dangerous game.
That is a little bit of a dangerous game. At SMU, probably dangerous game. The two that are a little bit, well, not the two because Virginia Tech stinks, but at Pitt, the end of the
Virginia
season,
Tech can still get you.
Look, man, I happen to believe that this team is just at this moment does not have a glaring weakness. Right? Like you watch Miami play, you watched the FSU game. You told me you did while you were in Charlotte.
Absolutely.
What did you notice? And I do respect your football opinion to some extent. What did you notice from that game that you could look at and be like, that is a weakness of this team? And I would challenge you to say that there is none.
Second half play calling.
But that's not a real, I'm talking about player personnel.
Player personnel
on the field.
No, yeah. No, I mean, but you're relatively healthy right now.
Yes.
And you're not going to be forever. And I don't want to manifest that.
I know, but you also know that in every single sport, it takes a little bit of good luck
to
win a championship.
And it takes a good roster building. And they built the roster. But you know what would help this team? If they can finish off their opponents in the third and then start to play the younger players in the fourth so that they can gain some experience. Because that's how the Hurricanes built great dynasty. They built the great dynasty that they were.
Well, I don't know how many of these games are going to be blowouts where that can
I didn't say I don't say you need a blowout. I just said you got to get your best players off the field, and then maybe their replacements can get a little oiled up a little bit. And
it is like,
and you have some film that you could learn from.
It's unfortunate that what happened in the FSU game because it almost
and the Florida game
because look what stands out in your that was a blowout. What stands out in your mind, right? When you look at these games, you're going to remember the end and the game got close and they had an onside kick. And if they get the onside kick back, they got a chance to win the game. It's like you kind of forget the fact that the first half, Miami's coaching and Miami's game plan, they put on a masterclass.
Yeah.
That was one of the most well-coached, well-executed game plans.
It wasn't a great team
you will ever see.
I know
Florida State?
Yeah, they just beat Virginia. They just lost to Virginia the week before.
But I would disagree with that. I think Florida State's actually a pretty good team. I would disagree with that. I think Virginia's pretty good too.
Who's better, Florida or Florida State?
Florida or Florida State?
Yeah, Florida State just beat LSU.
I said this. Jamie went to Florida. I said I think Florida is a really good team. I've thought that since I saw them play South Florida early in the season. I think the Gators defense is elite. I think they showed that again on Saturday against Texas. I think their quarterback has been a train wreck, and he started to play a little better on Saturday. And what happened?
He just got some of his weapons back.
They beat Texas.
Yeah.
Right? And the Gators could have thrown in the towel a long time ago. They could have thrown in the towel weeks back, but they did not. They keep playing, and they're a talented team. I really believe that. And
Gators
I think
don't lose that game to USF. People aren't batting an eye at the Gators right now.
He's right. Jamie said this the other day to me. We were talking back there, like, if the Gators, what would their record be? 3-2?
It would be 3-2 with a loss at Miami, who's a top 5 team in the country, and then a loss at LSU, who's a top 25 team in the country, solid SEC team on the road, night game. Your only loss are those two, and then like the USF loss is what's killing them right now. But they are a decent football team as far as college football goes. They have a very solid defense, and their offense struggling right now.
So you're not holding up your pitchfork for Billy Napier. I see.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Not quite yet.
They call him Sunbelt
Texas
Billy.
win. Got you over.
Texas win bought him a little bit more time here. Yeah. Let's see how they do against A&M this weekend. I'm worried about that A&M quarterback they got over there.
They pay money.
Marcel Reed's the real deal over there.
Speaking of Texas quarterbacks, that Arch Manning is so bad. He's so bad, Omar, that guy Feinbaum, who talked him up and said he's the next Tebow or whatever.
Yeah.
He's switching to politics. I think he's going to run for Senate or something or other.
You're kidding, right?
No, I am not kidding. He's actually he's switching to politics because he was so bad on that Arch Manning.
He looked so bad in that game. I was at the Texas Florida
game
this past weekend. He was just missing reads, overthrowing, underthrowing, just all over the map.
Yeah,
and we've seen that all season long. Like I don't know how this guy was primed to be.
The hype, man.
They were asking, like, they did him a massive disservice. They were very unfair the way that they treated him and all this hype and everything around him. Speaking of hype, and someone mentioned this earlier, just to get this out of the way too. There was a story that came out yesterday that said that North Carolina was working to part ways or buy out or something with Bill Belichick and his crew of NFL has-beens that are just awful, absolutely awful what they do at North Carolina. That thing is not going to get any better, I don't believe, under that staff of people there.
No. That's not fair. It takes a minute to get your culture.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
it doesn't. Not in college football, it doesn't. Ask FSU how quickly you can turn things around. FSU won 2 games last year.
But
they were a top. Well, they cracked the top 10, if I'm not mistaken.
They still installed their culture, their program, their way.
You can fix it quick, but North Carolina looks like a high school team. I mean, they are so bad, and they paid a lot of money to a lot of people over there. Nevertheless, they came out. Bill Belichick said he's committed. The North Carolina AD said that they're committed to this thing, and it's like, well, you don't really have much of a choice. It would seem at this point, but that story has been absolutely phenomenal and could not be going any better over there in Chapel Hill. Tex just said UF better than FSU. Another one said UF imploded against USF. Yeah, that game, I watched every snap of that game, and it was the biggest disaster. I've never seen a team that just so badly wanted to hand the other team. The Bulls didn't want to take it. But that game was a mess for Florida, but they have looked a whole heck of a lot better since then. All right, we got to take a pause. We have the 9 o'clock hour coming up. Omar, we got a lot of Dolphin stuff to get to. We have some sound we can play for you, and we'll also hit your text 305-567-0560 as we continue on here on this Thursday morning on QAM. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday morning here. This is a strange story here, Omar. Real quick, just to get off of the Dolphins for 2 seconds. So LeBron James had his second decision. You were asking me during the break when I think he's going to retire. I have no idea. He doesn't seem to be slowing down, which is kind of the crazy thing, right? I mean, he still plays at an incredibly high level. He makes a ton of money to still play. He's the top attraction in the NBA still, right? I mean, as far as I'm concerned. So when he announced he was doing a second decision, there were two schools of thought on this. One was like he's going to announce his retirement and do a whole Last Dance thing. The next one was that he's just, plugging some kind of product. I thought he was going to be plugging Amazon Prime Day because I know he's involved with Amazon. Ended up he was plugging Hennessy.
Yeah,
selling
baby.
like limited LeBron bottles of Hennessy.
VSOP.
Anyway, what happened was, and this was widely reported, people started scooping up the tickets on the secondary market for what would have been his final game and his final games in different cities, right? And if he came out and said he was retiring, I would have tried to get my hands on the Heat tickets.
Yeah.
For that game, that's for sure. But nevertheless, he was just promoting a bottle of liquor. He is getting sued currently. A lawsuit was filed by a fan, a 29-year-old lifelong Laker fan.
Oh, my God.
Filed a lawsuit in small claims court in Los Angeles County on Wednesday, claiming James owes him $865.66 after he says LeBron seemingly intimated that he was about to announce his retirement. He says that when LeBron on Tuesday revealed his big decision was merely an ad for Hennessy, the tickets lost almost all of their value.
Sucker.
Now, he continues on here. He says, James now owes him because of, quote, fraud, deception, misrepresentation, and any and all basis of legal recovery.
It's called marketing, and LeBron never told you he was going to retire. LeBron never announced he was going to retire. LeBron hasn't even hinted he's going to retire. The one thing he has said is that he's not intending on playing with his son, Bryce James. So Bryce is committed to Arizona. He's going to go to Arizona this year. If we pull a Bronny, and come out after our one season of college athletics, which is required for you to play nowadays.
You get the whole family on the same team. I thought it was a cool story that his son was on the team. I know people were upset.
That's what professional athletes about privilege. Yeah.
LeBron has given enough to the game.
Yes, absolutely.
Where he can have his son on the team.
Absolutely.
I'm all with you. LeBron gave up the whole, I get to coach my kids' team now and all that. Like, LeBron gave all that up, right?
Yes.
So that he could be the best basketball player of his generation.
Correct.
So I'm fine with what everyone wants to do, but to sue him is I hope they make an example out of this person. I don't know what the power of the court can do.
That guy better back down because LeBron is going to hit you. LeBron is going to hit you with legal fees.
I hope they do.
And his lawyers are way more expensive than your $800. LeBron.
I hope they say, I hope LeBron sends his $1,000 an hour attorney in there.
Yeah.
And says, you know what? And you're going to pay my legal fees too, bro.
Yeah.
You want to go? You want to do this?
Pocket change, like what's in LeBron's car is probably worth more than what he's suing him for. But this is about principality for a lot of these professional athletes.
LeBron probably doesn't even know how to pay $865, right? I'm guessing LeBron has people that handle all of his stuff.
Yeah.
LeBron doesn't go to the store and buy stuff. You think? That's actually a great. I wonder if a guy like LeBron even has like his own methods of payment.
Yeah, of course. He's
where does LeBron? What does he pay for? All of his clothes are free.
No, he buys
everything he wears is free.
No, absolutely not.
Who is charging LeBron James for clothes?
Not
Nike.
He's got to get custom stuff.
Okay, I'm guessing most of the stuff in LeBron's life is
Nike.
Free.
LeBron doesn't wear.
I know he doesn't just wear Nike. I'm guessing most of the stuff in his life is free.
But these athletes, they have very expensive tastes.
But LeBron can't go to like Publix. You can't go to a grocery
I don't know about
store.
that. I think LeBron is going to Publix. I think, especially when they're
Really?
on the road. When they're on the
You
road,
cover athletes. Your
Dude.
takes I find wild sometimes.
We interviewed Andrew Wiggins the other day, and he told us he never goes to the store. He has people that go to the store for him. So if Andrew Wiggins doesn't go to Publix and Whole Foods, LeBron's not going.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. But there is no way you're going to, like, when LeBron was playing
you think
down
LeBron
here.
doesn't pump his own gas?
No, I don't. I don't think LeBron drives himself anywhere.
No, you see him. There's video of him driving himself to games.
What, in those commercials? In those Kia
no,
commercials?
in real. Like,
yeah, in those commercials where he claims to drive a Kia, but then he shows himself driving to the game in a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, LeBron absolutely drives himself. I've seen him drive himself to games.
Maybe, but yes, LeBron does not go out to grocery stores and does not go to stores. Like, you're not going to be walking around the mall one day and run into LeBron.
Think about it. Okay,
I mean, Messi has gone to Publix.
Thank
He's in
you.
my neighborhood doing these things too.
Absolutely. Thank you. Listen, there's talk that
LeBron's not.
Beyonce like wears costumes to go to like Target, just like a regular person. These people want to do these normal things,
and they should be allowed to. The problem is, for
Michael
somebody
Jackson
like,
used to dress
the
in
problem
costumes.
is for somebody like LeBron, his autograph is worth in the 4 figures minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. So people.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. A LeBron signature is worth well in excess of $1,000. So people are going to want to get a piece of these people when they go out. That
signature
is the cold
on
reality.
Merchandise, not just my signature on a
that is
signed
that
piece
is
of
the
paper.
cold reality. Hey man, look, if I was walking around a Publix and I saw LeBron James, and this has happened to me once when I was much younger. When I was in,
you saw LeBron James?
When I was in, I want to say high school, maybe early college. I was in Chicago.
Okay.
I went down to a drugstore, to buy something, whatever. And Ray Allen was walking around. This is way before he was with the Heat or any of that. He happened to be one of my favorite players, and so I saw him in the store.
And I know you freaked out.
I did freak out. I went over to him and I said, "Hey,
such a job."
I said, "Do you think there's any chance?" I whipped open my flip phone. I said, "Any chance we take a picture?" And he was like, I don't really want to do a picture, right now. But he goes, "I'll sign something for you."
Okay.
So I went to the sports aisle in the Walgreens and I bought a little crap like outdoor basketball and a marker, and he signed it for me.
Okay.
I still have it to this day. But that's the problem with I feel bad for those guys.
Did you ever tell him when you were covering the team
that I asked him for his autograph back in the day?
Yeah.
No, but I was fans of all those guys.
I know you are. Because
I got to cover the guys I was fans of. I watched Dwayne play in high school, and I got to, go in the locker room with him. I didn't tell him I idolized him and was watching him in the 400 level when I was in high school. I didn't tell him that, but it's just
I'm so numb to.
Yeah, now you are.
Yeah, now I am.
But if LeBron came walking into Publix,
I'm telling you, okay, LeBron goes to Publix.
I'd probably try to get him to sign something. We got to go to break. 9 o'clock hours next on QAM.
South Florida Chevy dealers want to tell you about their great trucks, man.
Headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai or at DoralHyundai.com. Thursday night football features the Eagles and Giants at 8:15. Couple of college games tonight, including at 7:30, Tulane and East Carolina. The Heat, they fell to the Spurs 112-107. They will play another preseason game against the Magic in Orlando Sunday at 6. The Blue Jays knocked the Yankees out of the playoffs, winning 5-2 last night. The Cubs stayed alive, defeating the Brewers 4-3. Phillies defeated the Dodgers 8-2. Both those series are 2-1. The Tigers tied their series with the Mariners at 2 with a 9-3 win. Tonight at 6, Phillies-Dodgers. At 9, it's Brewers-Cubs. And the Panthers going to host the Philadelphia Flyers tonight at 7. On to weather, sponsored by Chill Zone AC. Featuring reliable Rude AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com right now. It's around 81 degrees with about a 50% chance of rain as the day goes on. I am Dan Day. Now back to the Joe Rose Show here on 104.3 FM WQAM.
Welcome back in here on QAM as we continue on this Thursday morning. Tobin and Leroy will be coming up in about 50 minutes from now. Hollywood, Omar Kelly, Dan Day, Jamie along here with you. And the Dolphins are about 3 days, right, Omar, away from coming back home to take on the LA Chargers. We do have football tonight. We have the Giants and the Eagles tonight on Thursday night football. That should be good, Omar. We do have people speaking today in Dolphin land. What do we got coming up today? It's usually the coordinators today, right? On a Thursday here.
Defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver will be addressing why his team continues to struggle against the run. Offensive coordinator Frank Smith will be talking about I don't know what he's going to be talking about, to be honest with you.
Take me inside the Anthony Weaver press conference if you can. Like, how does that, for people that like haven't been in one of those, how is that going to work? Because the question is obvious, right? The run game. So first of all, who asked that question? Are you guys going to like draw straws? Like
no,
before the other thing, or like do you guys collaborate?
Oddly, everybody just lets Barry get the first question because Barry
really,
Barry's just gets.
Barry's been very feisty lately. I like this Barry. Very feisty.
It's just annoyance.
I know it's frustration. It's frustration.
I mean, you represent the fan base. I always have the belief that the media members, I am the conduit between the fans and the team. I have to ask tough questions that fans want to know. You ultimately want to know, why the hell can't you stop the run?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do about the young rookies that are struggling? How come this team has not responded to adversity favorably? Why is this team given up? Why did this team only rush for 19 yards last week? And you have to ask these coaches these tough questions. Anthony Weaver's going to be on the firing squad right now because you've had the same issue for 4 weeks, and if not 5 weeks, and you've done nothing about it. You've tried a lot of things, just a lot of things haven't worked. Now the question is, what excuse will you give me? And at some point, you got to stop with the excuses and just acknowledge that, we got bad personnel. That's where my answer is. If you run a 3-4 defense and you have a bad nose tackle and you can't stop the run, you can't do anything. So stop running a 3-4 defense. Simple as that to me. But,
like to hear you say that today.
I think I asked him first week about the run game issues, and he says, well, what do you want me to do? Run a different defense?
You tell him your thoughts? Tell him.
Yeah. I didn't have any thoughts at that point, but I'm at the point now where, okay, Kenneth Grant is not playing well. Jordan Phillips is not playing well. Mm-hmm. You do have a third nose defensive tackle, and he is actually a true nose tackle. How about you try Zeke Biggers? At this point, if you're not throwing things against the wall to see if they stick, what are you doing? because
I said that earlier about the quarterback position, and you
Okay,
you
let
yelled,
me-
you screamed at me, and
no, I did
someone
not
said to make
scream
you
at
look
you.
dumb for being the president of the Tuanon Association.
Okay, yes.
First of all, I don't take any great pleasure in
Tua-
making you
Tua
look
is
dumb.
Tua is at fault for everything that's wrong with the Miami Dolphins
would you
organization.
stop?
I'm on the record of saying that on
Would
a
you
consistent
stop?
basis. Let's keep that there. But okay, let's go Penn State. Drew Aller. You like him?
Don't start rattling off quarterbacks.
You like
in the
him?
draft.
You hot and heavy? You're panting?
It's not a good quarterback class.
Garrett
I'm with you.
Nussmeier from LSU. Yeah, sexy.
It's not a great
Yeah,
quarterback
okay.
class at the
Not
moment.
doing it for you?
Hey, let me also
Okay.
say this.
Lenore Sellers, does he do it for you,
You
or
stop.
not?
You stop for a
I'm just
second.
asking these questions.
Let me say this.
How about we go Kirk
You
Cousins?
never know. You never know how these guys are going to pan out in the NFL.
Jameis Winston.
Okay? Jameis Winston was the first overall pick.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay? So you
Dante
never know.
Moore from Oregon.
Just because a guy is a slam, Trevor Lawrence was a slam dunk.
Yeah, I didn't like
first
Trevor.
round pick.
Yeah.
First overall pick. They said he's the next Andrew Luck. He's the next great thing.
Fernando
He was the next great thing when he
Mendoza.
stepped into college.
Fernando Mendoza do it for you?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't.
You just want something new.
I don't evaluate professional quarterbacks for a living.
Neither do the
That's
Dolphins.
not how I earn a living.
Neither
do
do
the Dolphins.
They're not good at it either.
I suppose you may be right. All right, we got to take a pause. More to come on QAM after this.
Right now, though, on
We got football tonight. Eagles and Giants from New Jersey.
Are you tired of covering watching Eagles? Because they're like the new Cowboys, where they're on TV every weekend.
Well, they're good.
Yeah, I know.
So that's kind of a problem.
I mean, but they lost.
Tired of them? Well, they're 4-1. No, I don't have an issue with the Eagles. They're on TV
I'm
tonight.
glad they're not the Cowboys.
I'd rather not watch the Giants if I had my choice. I think the game at 9:30 in the morning on Sunday, first of all, it's the game that any other country deserves because the game should be played in America.
Which game is this?
Jets and Broncos.
Ooh.
That's the game they deserve over there.
They don't care though, by the way.
I don't. I know. Their fans seem very into it. It's lovely. And look,
I know you hate it.
I do.
Yes,
I would like to play
the
American League. I think should play in America. Call me crazy.
They have green lighted though the FC Barcelona Villarreal match here in the United States. It's a regular season soccer game.
You don't complain when you get Real Madrid and all these little soccer teams.
Real Madrid.
Yeah, Real Madrid.
Well, it'll get real when we get Real Madrid here, I guess.
You don't complain when they're here. So why?
What do you mean I don't complain? I don't want anything to do with that. I don't care that something is coming to play. Who did you say?
FC Barcelona.
Is it Messi on that team too? Like, does he have to decide which team to play on, or is that the other guy?
That's tomorrow night. He has to choose whether he's going to play for Argentina against Venezuela or if he's going to play for Inter Miami on Saturday.
Who's on the Barcelona team? Is that Ronaldo?
No, that is Lamine Yamal.
Okay. I don't look. I would trade.
Okay,
I'd rather have my football game. Take your soccer game.
How do you feel about the European games, Dan Day, for NFL European games?
I mean, it's just the nature of the beast.
You don't like waking up to football in the morning at 9:30?
Yeah, I do, and I think they should play that game in East Rutherford at 9:30 in the morning. It's a Jets home game. Play it at 9:30 in the morning. I love an early game. I'm a big fan of it.
Okay, then you're going to get it in Europe.
Listen, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
These billionaires want more billions. This is the way.
Is that why Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime performer at the Super Bowl?
That's just Jay-Z trying to provoke the Republicans.
Who? Jay-Z decides the halftime show?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jay-Z's a king of...
Are you breaking news here? Or you
No.
Jay-Z
and Rock Nation. Jay-Z's been running the halftime show for like a decade now.
Okay.
He's in a partnership with the NFL.
You know what, man? The halftime show.
He decides who performs at the halftime show.
But they could have announced anyone, and people would have been up in arms. So I don't know. I don't know anything about Bad Bunny except that he sold out the arena like 8 times in a row down here, and he's wildly popular.
I don't know what he says, but
that's true. I don't know either.
I can't repeat it, so I can't translate it for you.
No,
he's got a great story.
He's in Happy Gilmore too, by the way, which is one of the worst movies ever created. Just we're not going to go down that road this morning.
I didn't finish it. I know, and that's your hero.
Makes me angry.
When you say Adam Sandler made a bad movie,
all riled up.
It was really a bad movie.
All right,
that is your hero.
Before we get to Pupart, I'd like to go around the room here and get some picks. We got Philly favored by 7.5. So that's where this gets a little dicey, right? Because you get the little hook there at that half point. So you got to win by more than a touchdown.
I'm doing it because there's going to be
is this a blowout game tonight?
Yeah, because the quarterback they've got 2 games on him already. They're gonna start developing film, and it's a Fangio coach game. Trust me, he's a sitting duck tonight.
Okay, so you're taking the Eagles
on a short week too.
Over unders at 40.5. We're going over under. Eagles
Thursday
in
night.
The under. Dan Day, what say you?
Eagles got that history, and they're one of the best teams in football. I'm going to take the Eagles, and I'm going to go with the over.
Jamie?
I'm also going to take the Eagles 7.5. I think it's a Saquon revenge game, making the Giants pay for getting rid of them. And what's the number on the over-under?
40.5.
That's pretty low. I'm going to take the over.
It is low. I kind of lean towards the over too, although I could see this being
Thursday night games. You're just trying to get it over with.
I could see this game being like 3-0 Eagles. It'd just be a struggle fest. But I do agree. I think Saquon, you got to take
your bodies are still
Saquon
sore.
To score a touchdown tonight for sure because he's definitely going to get the rock in this one. But I'm with the Eagles and in the over. We'll go with the Eagles tonight. Joe has been on a roll, by the way, with his picks. Unfortunately, he is not with us today. He will be back tomorrow, and he will give us his weekend picks, and we'll see where he stands on the Miami Dolphins and LA Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 3.5 points coming into Miami.
Really?
Yes. I
know.
Wow. I know.
Didn't know that.
Almost makes you feel like they think the Dolphins are going to win outright, but it's been a little bit of an issue.
Nah,
closing out games for that, that Miami Dolphins.
I couldn't bet
team,
Miami.
So, yeah, it would be very tough to not bet the Chargers on that one. You do have some other good games coming up this weekend. You got the Ravens are playing the Rams, and the Ravens are fighting for their lives here at this point, right? I mean, that is such a wild story. Can you imagine that we are in a situation, and we're going to get to Allen in a second, where we're talking about the Ravens probably not going to make the playoffs?
They got some bad injuries,
a month
man.
into the season.
I think, what are they down? 4 Pro Bowlers?
6 on offense or on defense. Their whole defense is out. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. 49ers and Bucks might be the game of the weekend there in Tampa, but we'll have plenty of time. Lions and Chiefs as Sunday night game. Plenty of time to talk about that tomorrow with Joe when he comes back. For now, we are going to get to Allan Pupart. He is next. We will continue our Dolphins talk on 104.3 WQAM.